Good morning, namaste to you. Everybody feeling good today? Let's do some gentle yoga and feel even better. How's that sound? Let's sit in a comfortable position on your yoga mat. And you can start with your legs crossed in the easy position. And hands can rest on the knees. Let's get that back nice and straight and tall, reaching the shoulders back. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. Shoulders go back and down, relaxed. Arms heavy. And the sternum and your heart, think of them as coming forward and up. And just take a moment to close your eyes and focus on your breath. Try to be in this moment, in this place. Good morning, Annie. With, just complete connection to the reality of this moment. Good morning, Audrey. Thank you so much for joining me. So we're just going to let the hands rest on the knees, palms up, back is straight, eyes closed, breath is deep through the nose to the belly. And you can exhale just naturally, just allow your breath to exit the body however feels fine. Yoga is about being here, now. I see Ellis has joined us from Holland. It's so wonderful that you're still with me through all these months, guys. Let's take a moment to stretch out the legs and jiggle them. Go ahead and bend those knees a little bit, wiggle the legs, flip them in and out a little bit, out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. Take both feet to the left, both feet to the right. Just allow the bones of the legs where they connect to the hips to have a little movement there. Beautiful. All right. Bend those knees up and put the feet flat on the floor. Let's wrap the hands or the arms around the legs and clasp the hands in front. Now you'll notice my feet are not real close to my hips and they're not together. They're open about hip distance and about that same distance from heels to hips as from across, so it's sort of like a square, heel to heel, hip to hip, and arms reach around and grasp. So from here, sitting a little bit tall, we're going to drop the neck. Drop the head, I should say. Relax the neck. And then allow your head to roll to the right and your right ear reaching down towards your right shoulder. Don't bring the shoulder up, just leave the shoulder down. Bring it in front and roll it all the way to the left ear reaching down to the left shoulder. Drop it in front, roll it to the right. Drop it in front, roll it over to the left. Let's do that 3 times and let's slow it down so we really feel every section of the back of the neck get a bit of a stretch and a relaxation. So starting on the side and rolling over. And if this is uncomfortable for you, you can modify it, or you can just have your head hanging out in front and spend some time just asking your neck to let go and relax. And we can even reach back if you feel like you need a little extra massage or comforting to the back of the neck. If there's some stiffness or sensitivity there, you're certainly welcome to reach back and do a little massage to those muscles and tendons in the back of the neck. Beautiful. Bring the head in front. And here we're going to pick the toes up and keep your heels on the ground. So your toes are coming up and the ankles are flexed. Arms are still wrapping around your legs, clasping hands in front. Drop your head and slump your back, round your back and slump your shoulders. All right, drop your toes down to the floor. Bring your hands to your knees and open the knees a little bit wide and look up at the ceiling. Send those shoulders way back and breathe in. Round your back, drop your head, and come forwards. This is a little bit like cat and cow, but we're sitting instead of on hands and knees. This is a good alternative for those of you that don't like to be on your hands and knees, but you still want to have that flexibility of the spine and hips and shoulders. Rocking back and forth on your pelvis and rounding the back and arching the back is a wonderful alternative. So let's just do this for a few more minutes, just breathing as we move. Think of it like you're riding a camel across a desert. Close your eyes, visualize the beautiful desert around you, the sun beaming down, the dry, hot wind blowing against you. Two more. Beautiful. Stretch those legs out again. And give them another jiggle, pulling the flesh away from your sitting bones. All right, take those hands on top of the thighs and just rub the top of the legs from hips to ankles, or as far as your hands reach. Some people maybe only reach to their knees, and that is fine. No worries. Whatever your flexibility is, it's always good to breathe and move through your full range of motion. Breathe deep as you lift up. Exhale as you bend forward. Let's do that 3 more times. Slow it down. Accentuate the end position a little bit. Right, let those legs open a little bit more, feet flop outward, rock your fingers down towards your ankles or your instep, round your back, drop your head, we'll stay down for 5 breaths or so, and softness and heaviness and gravity are ruling the day here. We completely relax the neck, shoulders, and back. This is your caterpillar pose, and it gives you an opportunity to really connect with your tailbone and all the way up to your neck, every section of your spine. So do breathe deep and let everything relax, softness and heaviness and balance. When you're ready, just rise up slowly. Take that right leg and bend it in. We're going to do our seated spinal twist. So the right leg is bent. We're going to take the foot and cross it over the left knee. Left hand reaches forward, and you can wrap that arm around that knee, or just grab the knee in your hand if that's better suited for you. Make sure you feel connected to the earth, pulling the flesh away from your sitting bones if that suits you. Take that right arm and reach it forward. Look at your fingertips. And we're going to move it to the right, outside the body, all the way to the back. Find the floor behind your hip and use it to split your posture so you're sitting very tall and very erect. And then we're going to look over that back shoulder and breathe deep. When you're ready, elevate the hand behind you to level and watch those fingertips as they come forward. Exhale. Let's reach both hands forward, uncross the legs, and bring those hands overhead. Imagine you've got a big beach ball in your hand, and you're just going to bring it to your heart, and then out over your toes and up. Breathe in as you reach up. Breathe out as you reach forward. Let this be circular and graceful. Three more. Take your time. Let's stay down as we reach forward. And then slowly walk your hands up your legs and bring yourself back up to seated tall. And let's twist around the other way. This time we'll bend the left leg, put the foot on the floor near the hip, and then cross it over the right knee. Reach forward with your right hand and wrap that arm around that knee, or just grab the knee in your hand as you like. Now the left hand reaches forward. Look at your fingertips. They're going to travel out and back to the left, around the body, all the way back as far as you can go, and then drop the hand to the ground by your hip and use that arm to give you even more beautiful erect posture, looking over the back shoulder. If you want, you can put your finger and thumb in a sacred circle right here. It's near your heart. Of course, if you're holding your knee with your hand, that's where you'll stay right there. But if you wrapped your arm, maybe make that yoga mudra with your hand. And flex your straight legs ankle. If you can, bring those toes pointing up towards the ceiling. All right, we're going to twist around. Stay here for 5 breaths. When you're ready, raise that back hand to level. Watch the fingers as you come forward. Reach both hands forward. Uncross your legs. Bring that beach ball over your head, and we're going to bring it right over the toes and up into the heart area and up overhead. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Hearts and up. Toes, heart, head, and up. Keep breathing. Exhale and inhale. Three more times. Take your time. Breathe in and out. Graceful circle all the way around. Enjoy the movement. Enjoy your breath. And this time as we reach forward, we're going to stay down, reaching for our toes or beyond the toes. Face down towards your knees. Reach forward. And if you want, you can put your hands on your legs and push yourself up. Or if you feel strong, reach up through the strength of your torso. And let's just reach up as high as we can right now. Reach up, breathe in. Find those prayer hands and bring it down to the heart. But keep the spine elevated like it is when you're reaching up. Shoulders relax. Head bows. Take a moment. Beautiful. Let's find ourselves in a mermaid seat. That means both knees to the left and both feet to the right. As you sit in mermaid, you may find that one side of your hips doesn't quite reach the ground. So if you have a pillow handy and you want to, you can give yourself a little support on that side that doesn't reach the ground. Another alternative is to elevate the other side, allowing this side to sink down. Or just live with the fact that your hips are not quite level as you do your mermaid seat, and that's okay too. So both feet go to the right, both knees pointing to the left, and we find our prayer pose. Push it up overhead, breathe in. And the right hand, the same side where your feet are, pointing back, bring the hand down and find the floor near your ankle and reach over, stretch from fingertips all the way to your hip, especially through the side and armpit and elbow. And then arms rotate around, and let's reach the other way. And back up. Rock back on your hips and bring those legs over the other direction. Find your prayer. Push it up overhead, breathe in. And this time the left hand comes down, find the floor near that ankle, and reaching over, stretch through the armpit and side body, elbow, wrist, palm of the hand, fingers spread wide, breathe deep. right, bring it down to the floor, find the floor, and other hand up and over, stretch the other way. And come on down. Let's bring both hands up again and find that prayer. Bring it to your heart. Take a moment to be quiet and still. Find some gratitude in that heart, that radiant heart. I can feel the warmth from each of you shining forward through the internet, through cyberspace. All right, stretch those legs out in front again. And we are going to rock back on our elbows and lift the legs up so that the knees are a little bit close to the nose. So let me show you what that looks like. Back on your elbows. There we go. Back on the elbows. And the feet flat on the floor in front of the hips, toes pointing forward, knees are sort of pointing up, not splaying out, but the thighs are parallel like railroad tracks. Hands flat on the floor, palms down. And we're just going to allow the shoulders to sink and sink and sink. Allow as many of your vertebrae from your lower back up to your mid-back as you can to touch the floor. So round your back, tuck your belly in, and you're going to look down towards your belly button or your hips. And just allow your shoulders to really sink in. And let's release the tailbone, release the hips, release the lower back. It's natural to resist and be strong and build your body up, but in this yoga practice, we're going to allow gravity to pull us down and ease into a more loose configuration of the skeleton. Everything loose, everything at ease. All right, wiggle your toes and take your heels a little farther away from your hips. And drop both knees to the left and to the right. To the left and to the right. And really let the legs really flop left and right so everything is super loose in the hips. All right, knees up. Bring those knees all the way to the nose, or close to it, and straighten the legs up. Take a minute to look at your toes, wiggle your toes, flex your ankles, circle one way and the other with your feet. And we'll flex and point. Flex and point. Flex. Now we're going to bend the right leg and bring the left leg close to the floor. And then both are up and we point. Flex. Right leg comes close to the floor, left leg bends. Bring it up and point. Down with ankles flexed and one leg bent. And the other way. Up and down. Up and down. 10. Keep with me. 9. Don't stop. 8. Keep it going. 7. You're doing great. 6. Keep it up. 5. Halfway there. 4. You're probably feeling it in your shoulders as much as anything right now. Keep with me. 2. Down. And 1. Down. And allow both legs to come down. And slowly come off of your elbows and lay on down. Relax and take a moment to pull your shoulders away from your ears and find real Savasana positioning with your hands palm up away from your hips. Let's take the right knee and bend it. Bring your hands out to the T position, straight out from your shoulders. And we're going to just think of that leg, that bent knee, as like a saloon door that swings. Open out and across. Open the knee out. Bring it up and across. 3 more times. Slow it down. 1, 2, are you breathing deep? Cross we go. And 3, open it wide, close it across, and stay here for a moment. You can bend the other leg a little bit if you want. Enjoy the spinal twist here. And you can look to the right, you can look straight up at the ceiling, or you can look in the same direction as your top knee to the left. Beautiful. Let's bring the leg up and straighten it out on the floor. And then we're going to bend the other leg, the left leg for me anyway. Bend the knee, swing that saloon door open and close all the way across. Remember, your range of motion is your personal yoga. Don't try to be doing what someone else is doing if your body does not comport to that particular arrangement. You can do it your own way. Just to listen and be gentle and careful and breathe. Let the breath and the body's wisdom show you what is needed to improve your health and to make you feel more connected to your spirit. Open wide. Bring it across, seeing the door open, and close it across. Let's do it one more time, and then we'll stay in our spinal twist with the knee across the body. And you can rearrange your arms and your position of your head as you like. Ready? Roll onto your back and straighten out your legs on the floor and reach your arms overhead and do a nice long body stretch. Feel free to yawn or sigh or whatever feels great right now. And then relax. And let's bring the hands down. One hand is going to go to your heart or your chest, and the other hand will go to your belly or your diaphragm. And as you breathe in, let's feel that lower hand rise first. Belly first and then the diaphragm. And as you exhale, chest sinks first and then belly. Great. Let's sit up. Go ahead and rock up into seated again and rejoin me on your mat with the cross-legged position all sorted out in place. Thank you. All right. Let's bring our hands to prayer pose. Closing the eyes, head slightly bowed. Hopefully you feel in balance, in complete relaxation and balance. Allowing yourself to sort of almost feel like you're levitating, breathing deeply and lifting off the mat, floating in the air. feeling of lightness, of freedom, of peacefulness. Beautiful, thank you. Let's bring the elbows out and press those hands hard together. Spread your fingers wide, let the fingertips all touch, and the thumb. And press with the fingertips, press with the palm of the hand, press with the arms and the shoulders. Use the muscles of the back and the chest as well. Push, 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 and keep breathing. You may feel a little bit of trembling. That's actually good. Keep pushing, keep breathing. All right, let's pull now. Interlock your fingers and use the same muscles, but pulling instead of pushing. All right, release your fingers, interlock the other way, and continue to pull. Keep breathing, keep pulling. Strong arms, strong shoulders, beautiful posture, good breath. And release. Interlock your fingers and squeeze and release a few times. Interlock and push forward, inverting your hands. Push forward as much as you can, round your back, drop your head. Lift those arms just like they are, straight overhead, breathe in. Exhale, bring them to the back of the head or the back of the neck, and elbows go way back. Look up through the top of your eyes, blink a lot. And then reach your hands straight up overhead again. Breathe in. And come down to prayer pose. We're going to come up on our knees in hero pose now. Take a moment to just let your hands rest on your knees. Shoulders drift back and down. This back is straight. Balance in the body. To prayer pose. Interlock those fingers again. Let's push through, round the back, drop the head. Lift it up overhead. And come off of your heels a little bit to the left and let your hands go to the right. Come back up, stretch up tall, reach in. And come off of your heels a little bit to the right. Hands go to the left. Stretch through the side body. And back up. Stretch up. Breathe in. Bring the hands down to the knees and lean forward a little bit so that you really flare your rear end out and back and widen the lower back. And let's do a silent scream. We're going to stick the tongue out. If you can, get the tip of your tongue to touch your chin. And open your eyes really wide. Here we go. Let's do it. Make the mouth wide as you can. And really pull the muscles of the cheeks way back by your ears. Beautiful. Let's kiss the ceiling now. Reach the chin up. Kiss the ceiling. And come back to the silent scream. Kiss the ceiling. And let's go 3 times between those two at your own pace. Beautiful. Come on up onto your knees. You could use a little extra cushion under your knees if you want to maybe fold or triple the thickness of your yoga mat, if you need a little extra cushion under your knees. And let's sort of stand like we have a mini mountain pose. You know the mountain pose where you really elevate from the feet. Here we'll just elevate from the knees and align the body really tall. Let your arms hang. Arms come out to the side and up. Breathe in. Find your hands overhead and make that prayer pose. Bring it down to your heart. Bow your head. Exhale. Nice. Push it up. Breathe in. And all the way down. Right. Okay, take that right leg and stretch it out. And then we're going to reach the hand from the hip towards the knee and the other hand over. And then come back, arms out to the side. Tilt over and bring that far hand down to the floor. And a little too close to the camera even on the way back. Let me get a little farther away. Hopefully you can see more of what's happening here. All right, so we're sort of on our knee and hand, and the top side of the body reaching up towards the ceiling. Make sure you feel steady and strong, and if you want to, you can try to hover this leg up into the air, float it up. Leg down and sit on our heels again. Prayer hands to heart. Reach it up. Back to the heart. And back to mini mountain pose. Standing on our knees. Arms hang. The other leg will stretch out here. Let's first bring the hands to heart and up. Arms out to the side and tilting over. Find the floor and extend your other leg out. Take a moment to just be on the side pose, reaching the hand up for the ceiling, supported by one hand, one knee. And if you feel like you want to, you can try and hover that leg up into the air. Let it just float up easy as far as it wants to go. Hold. And then bend the knee and come and sit back down on your heels, hands to heart. Let's just take a moment for pose of a child here, bringing the forehead to the floor and walk your hands way forward. So the arms are really stretched forward and the head comes down in front of your knees. Beautiful. Rise up and find yourself in your table position. And arch and sway a few times, cat and cow. As you know, we are still in the middle of a plank challenge for the month of June. And we're going to continue it into July, just in case you were wondering, because we're trying to build a little bit of strength, get some muscle in the body and the core. Strengthening the core is really, really a wonderful thing to focus on. As you get older, keep that core strong, keep those hips and shoulders flexible, and everything else takes care of itself. Let's find ourselves in downward dog, and from downward dog we're going to ease into our plank. The plank today is, we are at 45 seconds. Yes, we're doing 5-second increments now, because I know. Remember, if you don't like being up on the high plank with your hands and arms under the shoulders straight, You can choose to be in low plank, be on your elbows, but do try to bring the rear end down a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do a 45-second plank, but we're going to start with downward dog. So find yourself in table, turn the toes under, and let's lift the hips up. And when you're ready, ease yourself down into your beautiful plank, either high or low. And we are good. I'm watching the clock. Stay strong. Maybe feel that stretch in your Achilles. Push your heels back over the mat, toes forward. 25 seconds gone. 30 seconds gone. Feeling strong. 35 seconds. Oh, we're still doing good. 40 seconds. And 45 seconds. Come on down to the knees. And back to pose of a child. Forehead down to the floor. Rising back up to table position. Let's cat and cow some more. Arch it up. Sway it down. Drop the head. Lift the face. Breathing in and out. Any speed is perfect here, whatever feels good to you. And then come back to a flat back, and let's look around the shoulder for the hip. Do a little side to side action, swaying that hip out, looking around the shoulder. Bend the opposite elbow so you have even more movement through the spine and shoulders. Looking around the shoulder for the hip. If you don't see it, that's not a problem. Just look for it. That's the main thing. And then we'll come back to the center and arch and sway some more. Cat and cow. Beautiful. Let's do a balancing pose while we're here. Make sure you feel nice and steady and strong on your hands and knees. Alignment is good. We're going to bring the right hand out and the left leg out and hold. Keep breathing. And switch sides. And switch again. This time, if you want, you can elevate that heel a little higher than your hip, squeezing the buttock together, increasing the strength of your hamstring and hip. And let's switch sides again. And again, if you want to, you can elevate that hip up higher, that heel up higher than your hip. And hands down, knees down. Let's go downward dog again. Lift the hips up, straighten out those legs to whatever extent is suitable for you. Find that beautiful position for your hands and your feet. Lift the hips up and back, drop the head between the arms. And walk your dog. One heel up, one heel down. You can even pick up the foot if you want as you walk the dog left and right. Walk your toes, walk your feet closer together till your big toes touch. And see if you can bring your heels down. Push back with your hands and arms and fingertips. Drop your head. Bend the left leg and bring that heel up into the air. Drop it down, touch the floor, lift it up as high as it wants to go. Down it goes, and up. Down, and up. Down, and up, hold it up, bend the knee, open the hip wide, straighten the leg, bring it down. Let's do that same thing with the other foot. Bend the knee and lift the heel up. Bring the foot down and back up. All the way down, all the way as high up as you can. And down, and up, and down, and up. Hold it right there, bend the knee, open the hip a little bit, and bring it down. Let's put the feet wide apart and walk the hands back in and find ourselves in a forward fold with a straddle pose. Allow your arms to just hang. Allow your head to hang. And let's bend the left knee. Push it back, straight legs, bend the right knee. Push it back, straight legs, bend the left knee. Straighten it, and right knee. Straighten both, left bends. Straighten both, right bends. Take your time, go back and forth as you feel like it. Or if you don't want to bend those legs, you can just hang. And ragdoll hang from straddle stand. Allow yourself to be really, really heavy here. Walk your hands forward and have your thumbs touch. Raise up your right hand and reach it to the ceiling, looking up in that direction. If your hand goes over the top, that's fine. That's great. And come on down. Let's do the other side. Up. And come down. Plant that hand on the ground. Lift the other side again. And come on down. Other side up. And come on down. Walk your feet in, heels and toes, heels and toes. Bend your knees, hands come to knees. Push yourself up, walk up your thighs, find yourself standing tall in our mountain pose. Make sure your feet, your heels are under your hips, and we're just standing as tall as we can. Shoulders roll back and down, arms hang. Tuck in your tailbone and tuck in your belly at the same time, so compressing the lower abdomen and torso. Stand tall and begin to rock back and forth on your heels and toes. Finding a beautiful balance point. Once you feel like you're really connected into the earth with your balls of your feet and your heels, each foot has a triangle of support that it loves to put onto the floor by the design of the foot. The big toe ball, the little toe ball, and the heel. So each foot has 3 points pressing down. The arch, the soft part in the middle, the sole of the foot, rises. As it rises, as you push down, the sole rises. It comes to tighten up your knees and your thighs and your belly, lifting your sternum up, shoulders back, arms hang, top of the head reaches up. That is mountain pose, very connected to the earth. I know you know this already, but I love to go through it and just make sure everybody's on the same page. We're going to swing the hands out and bend the knees slightly and reach it out and up. Stretch up. Reach as high as you can, stretch up. Reaching up is so amazing. Just reaching up wakes everything up in the body. Reach higher and higher. And now we're going to let the right hand start to drop, but keep the left hand reaching up. Watch that right hand drop. Let it hang next to your leg. Shake it. Make sure it's really loose, hanging down. And the other hand is reaching straight up. Look down at your lower hand. Carefully, if you want to, cast your eyes upward towards your upper hand. Be careful of your neck. It's a little bit of a challenge to look down and up when your body is in this position. But if you can do it, it's good for your neck to have that mobility. Looking down now, The hand starts to rise. Breathing in, we reach up, breathe in. Stretch as tall as you can, reach up, 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 reach up. And let's let the left hand start to sink down now. Watch it sink. Let it hang next to your leg there. Shake it. Make sure it's really loose and hanging. No effort in the left arm. The right arm reaching way up. And if you want to, you can cast your eyes up towards your upper hand. And then down. And back and forth a few times if your neck allows. If it doesn't, don't stress your neck. Let's let the left hand start to rise now. Watch it rise. Reaching up, breathe in. Prayer hands coming down. And let's take a semi-squat, like you're halfway down to a chair. You're going to bend your knees, and knees are going to come forward over your mid-foot, not quite over your toes. And then we're going to allow the rear end to go down and out. Shoulders stay over the hips, and we go for a swim. Keeping a lot of movement in the hips and knees. Don't straighten up. Stay in your half squat. And let's go backwards. Backstroke. Bring your face up. Breathe deep. Beautiful. Reaching both hands up, stand tall. Come back to your half squat, and let's do the butterfly stroke. Both hands back, lifting up, look at the ceiling, breathe in. Both hands forward, look down at your feet, exhale. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Look up, look down. Look up, look down. And back to the regular Australian crawl or breaststroke. No, I guess it's not breaststroke, that's like this. Forward crawl. All right. Take your feet and put them like the rocking horse, so one forward, one back, and we're just going to rock and swing our arms. Swing them through the momentum of your body and breathe deep. Really feel like your arms are completely loose and swinging all the way from your shoulders through the momentum of what you're doing with your lower body. Let's change direction and swing the other way. Beautiful. Standing tall. Standing tall, reaching the arms out and up. Let's do a needle pose. Bring your feet together, big toes touching, knees touching. Tuck the tailbone under. Lift your arms up in the temple pose where it's clasped fingers except for your index, pointing straight up. And let your arms squeeze your ears. Reach up, breathe in. And over we go into a crescent moon pose. Come back up to needle pose and crescent moon the other way. We're doing the moon salutation in honor of the full moon tonight. If you're on St. Martin, there's a concert down on the boardwalk from 6 to 8 by Tallulah Mango. Kujay's going to be playing. It's going to be awesome. So celebrate that full moon, either with the moon salutation or listening to music down on the boardwalk in St. Martin, right on the coast of Great Bay in Phillipsburg. All right, so back to needle pose. Interlock your fingers overhead, squeeze tall. Now we go for the full moon. We're going to open out. 5-pointed star, kiss the ceiling. Bend the elbows and the wrists. Palms are up. Bend the knees out. Don't let the knees come forward. We want the knees to go out like the ballet move called grand plie, right? Bend the elbows, knees, and wrists. Look up and stick your tongue out. Come back to 5-pointed star, kiss the ceiling. Come back down to woman warrior. And all the way to needle pose. Squeeze it up. Crescent moon. And needle pose. Squeeze. Tall. Tight. And crescent moon the other way. Come back up. Squeeze tight and tall. And we'll open out, the other foot reaches out. I'm going to stay on camera, so I'm going to move, but you should just take one step to get into 5-pointed star, kiss the ceiling. Down into woman warrior. Back to star. And back to close it up, needle point, needle pose. Crescent moon. Needle it up. Crescent moon. And squeeze it tight. Hands come to prayer. And let's squat down in our yoga squat, or you can just lower yourself down onto the floor in any position that's comfortable. If you're up for it though, let's try to go from standing tall to the yoga squat. We're going to let the knees go out. The toes are pointing out at about a 45-degree angle, and the heels are a little bit wider than your hips. Knees go out. Put your hands on the inside of your thighs and make sure those knees go out, not forward. Do not do this if your knees want to go forward. Just avoid it, because that's really hard on your knees. Coming down, we get the elbows inside the knees, hands to prayer pose at the heart, and the knees push against the elbows push against the knees. Shoulders back, sternum up and forward, face light and happy. Beautiful. Hands to the floor in front of your feet, and we're going to lift the hips and drop the head, forward fold. Let's take 3 or 4 breaths as we just hang in ragdoll, completely limp from the hips to the top of the head to the fingertips, everything loose and heavy. Put your hands on the floor in front of your feet and move your hips in a figure 8 or an infinity symbol, around and around. Allow the neck to be loose and the head to just sort of hang and move left and right through the momentum of your hips moving left and right. And reverse it, go the other way. And we're going to bend the knees out and bring the hips down and revisit the yoga squat. Beautiful. And if you want now, you can just sit back on your hips, find yourself in cross-legged position, comfy and balanced and at ease. And we have about 6 minutes left in our hour, so let us work on breath to close out our yoga today. This beautiful Thursday, the day of the full moon, the strawberry moon. So as we go through our breath practice today, we'll do the rectangular breath, which means 8 beats for inhalation or inhaling, 5 beats holding the breath in. During that time, allow your body to feel expanded and suspended. The breath is wide and free in the body, not a lot of pressure, just expansion and suspension. Then as you get to the end of your 5 beats, We'll start to exhale slowly. 8 beats for a full exhalation, and then you'll be empty of air for 5 beats. If you want, during that time, you can try and suck the belly up into the rib cage, which is wonderful massage for the internal organs. If you do that, and it's certainly optional, before you reach the end of your 5 beats for holding empty, be sure you relax your belly into its normal position before you start to inhale. Okay, so here we go. We'll all breathe in together and get started in sync, and try to stay in sync as I count for you. Let's begin with a big inhalation. And let go all your air all at the same time. Exhale. And we begin breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold empty for 5. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 5. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold full for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Count for yourself in another 2 or 3 cycles of breath. Break free from the constraints of the 5-8 breath and just allow yourself to breathe with awareness, with intention, with gratitude, with very, very still, peaceful energy in the body. Thank you so much for joining me for yoga today. My yoga friends, I'm so blessed to have you in my life and helping me get through this 1.5 years of home from home, quarantine, whatever you want to call it. Things are getting better, yes, but we're not through it yet. And so we stay together on the internet for now, joining me on Facebook every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 o'clock. And if you want to come down for some in-person yoga and you're in St. Martin, you can go to Simpson Bay at the Joga Studio, and I'll be there at 7:30 on Saturday morning, and also 8 o'clock Monday morning. And they have a lot of other classes that you can take down there, as well as dance and Pilates. So there's a full range of things to keep you healthy and happy and peaceful of mind and spirit. I send you my most sincere namaste and great gratitude for your presence in my life. Thank you so much. Namaste to each of you.